Hello, good afternoon. Let's see. It's Tuesday. Last night it dawned on me. Y'all might have to pay a little bit more close attention to what I'm saying because I can't speak directly about everything. But one thing I've shared in the past is that I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder back in 2004. I don't think I've done a video just talking about it specifically. It was due to my son's accident. I was not in the car, but I was there from the moment I beat him to the hospital. I was there from the moment they arrived. And then I was in the ambulance that transported one son to another hospital. Then the other son was brought in later to the children's hospital, so I had two in ICU. All I can tell you is that for those initial 3 months, and I was in the hospital nearly 3 months with one of them, at least two, and then had to go back like 9 months later for a week for major reconstructive surgery. I was just on autopilot. I never, I think I left one time to sleep in a hotel for 6 hours. I felt like I had slept for 48. I was given like a Xanax to even be capable of doing that because I was up from Sunday to a surgery on Wednesday. You know, I was up for like 4 days. I could not sleep. I was running on adrenaline, like autopilot, what I'm telling you. And it was not until about 3 months later when I'm bringing my son back and forth to New Orleans to the doctor every week that I noticed I had a problem. I had a bad problem. I was startled. I had startle reflexes when I was driving. I was afraid I was going to jerk the wheel at nothing and cause an accident. High anxiety, especially in a vehicle, which just floored me because I wasn't in the vehicle when the accident happened with the boys. So why was I having that in a car? But I do. I still do sometimes. Not that severe, but it's still there. And I do have thoughts, and they're not irrational because it's true. People die, and vehicle deaths are a big problem every year. As a matter of fact, I heard yesterday I stand a better chance of dying in an accident than dying from the COOF. So, ironically, what I consider irrational thought processes and fear in a car situation is much more rational than what's going on in the world as far as my thought processes. And that's sad because I have post-traumatic stress disorder. So that's telling me that, you know, they've done a really good job with PTSD on some of these people. I questioned all the time what made me more susceptible to this happening. Some people go through like war situations or very traumatic situations, and they don't end up with post-traumatic stress disorder. What makes me different? I think it's a deeper knowing that we are not immortal, and that at the flip of a switch, the drop of a dime, and in a split second, it can all change. And see, there are people who hear that and they go, yeah, that's true. And then there are people who know that deep down in their soul. And it's the lack of control, not being able to fix something, not being able to make it all okay, not being able to protect. I think being a female, because of the nurturing and motherly instinct, is, an advantage, but in a situation with post-traumatic stress disorder, it's a disadvantage because of that connection, wanting to protect your children, the ones you helped bring here, and others. I feel that protection. So knowing that you really can't do anything, that truly, because of free will and others making mistakes and bad decisions, you can die. They can kill you, whether it's intentional or not. I'm talking about just accidents. And so I guess I faced a long time ago that, death is coming and there's nothing I can do about it. And I have to deal with my emotions and talk myself down sometimes when I get like that, especially in a vehicle if somebody else is driving. I'll distract myself. I'll talk to myself on the inside, not out loud, saying that, your thoughts are irrational, you're fine. So I am no longer on any medications for any of that. And I have to say that initially I probably needed medication, but then after that it should have been more behavioral therapy, learning how to deal with it without medication, because the medication is so damaging, and truly it only covers up. It never really cures anything. And I think that's probably the idea, so I could be a forever patient, feeding into the system and never getting well. Never getting well, truly well as I possibly can get. So that is my story on post-traumatic stress disorder. I still have it. It's much, much less. I'm fully functioning. I deal with that when it pops up, and it is what it is. I think it's taught me a lot, and it made me really, really, really more prepared last year when all this happened. Because I went through, I think we all went through the same processes as you would in a traumatic situation like I did in 2004. Initially, it's disbelief, and then, okay, well, we got to try and accept this, and the unknown. fear. And then within about a month, I mean, I started thinking more rationally and turned off the television and started doing my research and truly realized that we had a problem. The beginning of realizing we have a problem. So, I'm not, I have a fear of car accidents, I guess. I have a fear of trusting people around me on the roadways. But it's not totally debilitating. It's worse if somebody else is driving. When I'm driving, I'm pretty okay. But as far as my behavior and where it came from, it's far more rational than what's going on today. I mean, you are more likely to die in a car accident. Oh my goodness. So, I don't feel so weird anymore. I don't feel so weird anymore. And my little thing that I have fought and pretty well almost totally overcome has prepared me pretty damn well for this situation. And now I realize I'm pretty sane. And I'm pretty damn proud of myself. Because looking around me, there's some seriously sick people out there. Y'all have a great day. Bye for now.